How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Black Metal Rebellion. I'm your host, Jesse Morgan, and it's been a while since my last video, about 4 or 5 days, and I figured, hey, it's about time I do something on this channel again. So, with that being said, unfortunately, I don't have any collection updates or anything crazy like that going on today. The quarantine has just been pretty much just making my days very boring and making me do a lot of catching up on reading and writing and stuff like that. Let me know how you're keeping yourself entertained during all this. For us Canadians, I think this is going on week 2 of official quarantine, so it's not too long, but it's getting there. So consider this like quarantine week 2 vlog plus book vlog, whatever this ends up being. So anywho, let's talk about some of the stuff I've been doing to keep myself entertained the last week or so during this quarantine going on. I started digging into this finally, the second Spider book, The Wheel of Death. I believe I'm on chapter 4 at the moment. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm just hitting chapter 4. And I can already tell this is a little bit better than the Spider Strikes, which is the first in the series of the Master of Men pulp fiction novels. The character development, the jumping into the action scenes and the suspense is already like happening a lot faster in this one. So I can definitely tell that I'm going to be enjoying this a little bit more overall. It's definitely a couple of notches up from the last one. So definitely stoked to have this. I have a bunch more Master of Men novels and whatnot on my eBay watch list. I got that to go through. I still haven't cracked open this because I want to read this after the Wheel of Death. So the Empire of Doom will be done, even though this is the Volume 2 series, this one being the Volume 1 series. So there's a bunch of these that I'm going to be skipping and going straight to this, so hopefully it won't be too crazy different. I heard that the writers or writer of the first 2 Spider books are someone different than these, so hopefully it's just as good. Hopefully the writing style is not too different, and if it is, hopefully it's for the better. So definitely plan on reading that next, as you know. And I still haven't cracked open this, but I feel like showing it off again. This is a completely different series by Truman, Alcatena, and Parsons. This is the 3-volume Blood series, Blood Mask, Blood Dance, and Blood something or other. But as you can see, he has a little bit of a different look here. I'm not a big fan of this look, but hopefully the Richard Wentworth character is still this guy. I'm not even sure if that's the same character that's the Spider in this or not. Maybe it's a son or brother or something. I'll find out, and I guess let you know how it is when I'm done this one. But very interested to see how this turns out. And I finally got this in the mail. I ordered it about a month ago, so it's nice to know that the Canada Post is still delivering shit and the post is still running. Now, this is the Dynamite Comics release of Masks Volume 1, about 200 pages worth. I think it has issues 1 through 8 in it, all compact into this nice full graphic novel. And what it is the Green Hornet, the Black Mask, aka Kato, the Shadow, the Spider in his later outfit. I think this is the outfit that he was sort of wearing in the old 1940s serials, the old black and white serials. And then you can't really see him, but Zorro there making his mark. So these guys are coming to New York in order to stop a organized crime slash basically an old pulp fiction comic hero has had enough and is trying to take control of the criminal underworld in order to make it a little bit safer for the citizens of New York, but he's also still running the organized crime and all that kind of stuff. So he's still involved with it. So these guys decide to go in and try to stop him and try to make New York a better place. And that's as much as I can really get from this without spoiling it for myself. But really looking into cracking into this. I had to make a DIY comic sleeve out of a Ziploc bag because they didn't ship this in one. This was a used library book at one time, and it came in this weird laminated like cover. Yeah, you can sort of see it there, the little spots on it or whatever. You can tell it's used, and it's got this thick plastic on it, and you can kind of see the ridge here where they put extra plastic on for the spine. And there's a bunch of stickers on here from the library and whatever that I had to peel off and get the gunk off of. And I guess I'm sort of happy that this lamination is on it, because when they mailed it, it was just in this fucking paper thin plastic sticky wrap. No bubbles, no, you know, thick cardboard on the back to make sure it didn't bend. There's, you know, a tiny bit of a bend right here that you can't really see, but I think that's right there. And it looked like it was thrown on the ground a few times before it landed in my mailbox. So I guess once again I'm happy that it has this thick plastic lamination on it, and will save the inside from not getting too messed up. But yeah, looking forward to checking out all the nice art and stuff done on here by Alex Ross. It's also, I guess, made by Chris Robertson and Dennis Calero. I don't really recognize those names. I only recognize Alex Ross because he's the one that did the Kingdom Come artwork, I'm pretty sure. So that's pretty neat. And it's regularly $24.99 US. So I think I paid basically new price for this, even though it's a used library book, but it's out of print now, so I guess it's considered maybe a little rare. Probably not rare enough to make any money off of it, but you know, I love the old Pulp Fiction characters. It's really, really cool that they got Green Hornet, Shadow, and the Spider in there. Can't wait to dig into this. I'm trying to finish the Spider Wheel of Death first before I get into anything else, because I'm trying to read it chronologically and I don't want to read it out of order. I don't know if it matters or not, but I don't know. I got that kind of thing in me where I like to go from the beginning to the end as chronologically as possible. I don't like skipping things here and there and going back and forth. Must just be the an OCD thing. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Are you the same way? Do you like reading or listening to things chronologically, going to the first stuff all the way to the newest stuff? Or do you just jump back and forth and do it willy-nilly and don't care? Does that matter to you? Jump down in the comment section, let me know. So got that in, and I have a few things on order from eBay as well. A couple more Crimson Avenger comics coming in. So that's the Golden Age Secret Files and Origins, issue 1, I think, and stoked to get that coming in. It has the alternate Secret Origins where the Crimson Avenger sees a vision when he goes to Nanda Parbat or wherever it is. He goes to like a holy monastery, and the monks give him the ability to see into the future of what he's inspiring and what he's, you know, fighting for, and gives him a reason to keep going. And he sees a vision of Superman, and he's inspired to wear blue with his costume now. So instead of black and red, now it's blue and red because of Superman. If you know me, I'm not a big fan of Superman. I think he's a really lame, overpowered character who's mostly an asshole and full of himself in a lot of the later comics and a lot of the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited animated series. He comes across as just a dick to me. So I'm more of a fan of Billy Batson than Shazam. If you're going to go like crazy OP characters, at least he's more wholesome and he's more innocent and he has a more pure sense of justice, I guess. Whereas Superman just wants to punch everything to death and thinks he's going to solve everything with brawn. So yeah, not really impressed that they decided to make Superman the inspiration for Crimson Avenger's new outlook on fighting crime and his color choice. But either way, got that Golden Age Secret Files and Origins coming eventually, probably sometime in May it'll show up. And then I also have the... Anyways, I can't remember exactly what it is. I'll put it right here so you can see what it is. I got that coming in about a month's time as well. I think they got tracking on it. I think that's the one that was shipped from Wisconsin and now is in Cincinnati or something like that. It's got to come all the way around the Great Lakes and then back up into my area in southern Ontario. So probably about 6 or 7 hours away still. So we'll see how long that takes. And then I'll show those off when I get them, because there's not much else that I've got coming, unfortunately, with everything that's going on. Beyond that, I've also been getting back into my writing as well. I should be continuing to do edits for my first book and get it ready to start querying to agents. That's the word I'm looking for. Querying to agents. But I've rediscovered this old binder of mine that had my first stories that I ever wrote that I think I sort of officially well, not officially started, but I kind of wrote a 2-page short story called Chainsaw Massacre. And that's before I ever heard of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So when I was like 8 or 9 years old, I came up with this kind of story about a young boy witnessing a crime, and then the family being sued and losing their money and going homeless, and then the son pledging revenge against that family for making them homeless and sending their father to jail and stuff like that, and regardless of them being criminals anyways. But so yeah, I found that and all the other chapters that I made. So I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to hold this up here, so I'll show you this. So I got that going on right now, re kind of designing it. So yep, got this going on. Got a few cover arts for some of the chapters, which I considered short stories back in the day. But yeah, so you got some of the art that I drew back when I was like 9 or 10 or whatever. So recently discovering those, recently getting my writing bug back and trying to see what I can do with those. Hopefully going to be able to turn all those 6 to 9 page chapters into a full-size book that I'll be calling Atenius Massacre. Atenius being the fictional town in which all this stuff happens in my story. And we'll see how that progresses and eventually maybe pitch that to an agent as well. Gonna have to find some beta readers first, obviously. And if you feel like beta reading my first book, The Emerald Spade, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, that's a bit of a mouthful. I might just rename that something different when it gets officially published, but that's what it's called now. And if you feel like beta reading and letting me know what your thoughts on the characters and the plots and the interactions and dialogue is, hit me up, we'll chat and see if it's something that you're really interested in, and then I'll get you to give me your email and I'll send it to you. But yeah, so if you're interested, hit me up and we'll talk about that. I got a lot of my social media things down in the description box below if you want to contact me. Besides that, if you guys are interested in maybe seeing my graphic novel collection, that's another thing I could do on this channel in the meantime until we actually get some collection stuff to talk about or show off. So if you're interested in any of my graphic novel collections, mostly just collect DC, so you'll be seeing mostly that and the odd kind of random thing that I've managed to pick up. Let me know and I'll show some of those off in a couple of parts. There's like a big fat wide stack of them, so it'll probably be only a couple per video. I'm really nervous about that shelf that I have them up on too, because they're pretty heavy and the shelf's kind of like, it's like bowing in the middle, so we'll see how that goes too. But anyways, that's it for this week 2 quarantine vlog / book vlog that I got going on. Hopefully these are once again entertaining you in the meantime between collection updates and and the other things that I do on this channel. If I get enough more horror movies in the next month, I will try to do a horror movies to watch or avoid episode. But yeah, things are going to be pretty scarce on this channel for a bit. I will try to upload once a week, something regardless. But that's it for now. For Glory, for the Rebel Alliance, Slammerella out. Stay safe.